Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Gone!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. This is Bell on the dump off. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll drop to throw. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a 1st down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you've got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Watch it now, Barney.
The give is to Bell. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. He's able to get 4 back on the run, but now they'll have to find something here on 3rd and about 14.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
All right, now, lucky 56. 56.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Here we go now. 3-19.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Got him in. It's Breshad Perriman. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Now Jackson on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of... Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. And even 40 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Lucky 56. Over.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A gain of 39 that time. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with 1st downs on each play.
Trying to punch it in with Collins. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. The Steeler defense proving its mettle here. And now this is 3rd and goal. Accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. How crucial will those 5 yards be? We'll see as they come up again here, 3rd and goal.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
To throw is Jackson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Stephon Tuitt in there to get him. And that's sack number 12 for him on the year. So on fourth down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So the first points of the night belong to our home team as they're able to take the opening kickoff and at least get 3 points out of it.
Yeah, and that helps the crowd, right? Helps people feel good about why they're there watching this game. They moved the ball well on their opening drive.
There he goes, left side.
All right, let's give credit where credit is due. How about that return? Great blocking, great vision, all the way down to the 2-yard line. The only person who has to be upset, the guy who didn't get it into the end zone. That far and no reward?
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
On 2nd down, Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
Detroit! 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 All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. He's coming. Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
back to throw. Flushed out right. Washington with the catch, middle of the field. And he takes this one down to the 30. He got 29 yards that time. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. His throw incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Watching now, Barney.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. The tackle there by Patrick Peterson.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And Boswell's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he's watching that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Detroit! Over!
Now Jackson on 2nd down. Drops it underneath for Collins. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. Nifty footwork at the 45. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now let's go!
Motion fake. They'll look to throw. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Dancing to his left. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
We'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. They'll find a man over the middle. It's Washington. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Over!
They go play action here on first down. Flush to his right. To the right side and complete to Washington. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Detroit!
He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Going deep downfield for Ross. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a first down carry by Bell. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15.
Watch it now, Marty!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
And a nice gain at 21 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
He's going to let this one go deep. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Detroit! Detroit!
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
Back to throw here. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Javon Hargrave coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19! Gone! 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 I'm coming for you.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long.
Here we go now. Blue 90! Blue 90! Detroit! Detroit!
Now back to throw. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. This quarterback now just 3 of 6 throwing it, but that last completion gets a first down.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Here we go now. Green 39! Green 39! Detroit! Detroit!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, Comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for Breshad Perriman, and it's second down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Watch him now, Barney.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Forced out to his left. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. He was looking for John Ross that time. And now it's 3rd down.
Detroit! Gun!
They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make him punt it. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. A screen to Bell. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he stopped immediately there. The linebacker, Ryan Shazier, there to make the tackle.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And to the left side here, Wilson. And some room to work. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Gonna look deep for Wilson. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, And we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Gone.
He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Boyd. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Watch him now, Barney. Watch him now, Barney. Back 99, Philly, here we go. Gone.
They're going to look to throw. That is caught. It's Perriman. And it's a fumble. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And they're not able to convert on 4th down. And hindsight 2020, I think they probably should have gone for the field goal, right?
The 3 points would look really good right now, but I think what we just saw there, analytics really starting to creep into the game because more and more teams are saying the more you go for it, the better your odds of getting it, the better your odds of scoring 6 points instead of 3. They took a chance there. It just didn't pay off.
Yeah, right here, the anti-analytics guys go thumbs up. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. Then, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
And the Ravens taking the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Now a give to Collins, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on first down. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Bud Dupree in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Bud Dupree in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now Brown. A field flipper there, a 47-yard punt coupled with a loss on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Watch it now, Barney!
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Bell sheds him off. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
It's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, thick running back, but now I've got a full package, a guy who can do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles.
But at the time, 2nd-round pick in 2013, some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the first. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. A give to Bell. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And I think that's going to go down as no gain, but that doesn't seem fair for the effort that was presented on that play. That should go down as a loss. I know, I'm a defensive guy, but you got to like the play that was made.
He made a lot of those plays last week. He was AFC Defensive Player of the Week, picking up where he left off. Back now in Baltimore. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4.
All right, now look at 56. Look at 56. No.
This is Bell. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney.
Now Bell. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Watch him now, Barney.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
Detroit! Gone!
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's James. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Detroit! Watch him now, Barney!
They'll go back to the ground with Bell. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. Returning it, John Ross. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, if there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Going to throw right side here. Complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He finds an opening past the 40. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 16 yards there, 2 straight plays of 16 yards and another 1st down. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll look to throw here. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56.
Back to throw now on first down. Looking for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth
Now let's
quarter.
go.
Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. He'll look to throw. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that'll move them back within 6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Steelers. The field goal we just saw has this now at a 1-score game. And on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot a bit.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball. But here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that, and that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
Now a handoff. Running left is Bell. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. This quarterback now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
Here's Bell, and for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now back to throw. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Washington, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
3-19. 3-19.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man, in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And his throw is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. The Ravens on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Javon Hargrave. Drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're one. They're down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Bell. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Steelers, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, it's their first stumble of the season as they'll dip to 8-1 on the year. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions.